Good morning, everyone. It is Coach Ilse here, and it is our day 2 of our 5-day masterclass. So I am just also going to be refreshing so that I can see your comments and questions. So we're waiting for everybody to come online and for you to also find the video. So I am again quickly going to just tell you about myself a little bit. I am a Banting coach. I coach Banting, keto, low carb, all of that. And I've myself also lost quite a lot of weight. My whole family lost a lot of weight. Regained our health. This is where my career in the weight loss started. This is how I got into it. So this is what I do. I don't just do this. I also live this lifestyle. Me and my family, the three of us, absolutely live this lifestyle. So, okay, so I should be able to see your questions. This is so weird. Okay, so please put in your comments. Hi, Ramay. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm still going to give it a few minutes for everyone to come on, but I should be able to see your comments as it comes through. Yay! Make a plan. So yeah, put in your comments, put in your questions, please. Throw the like, throw the heart, give us some love back as well. I do this to try and help you. So if you come and ask some questions, I can give you the answers on those. I don't have all the answers. I will not claim to have all the answers, but I've got some pretty good answers. And what I don't know, I go and find out for you. So throw in your questions. I'm going to kick off today with a question I got earlier on the group. So I'm quickly going to clear up something for you. Laura asked, is there a difference between keto and Banting? So I'm going to kick off with that quickly and just explain to you that yes, there is a difference between, hello Gwen, there's a difference between keto and Banting. There's a difference between Banting and low carb. There's a difference. All these things are different, yes. I'm going to try and put it in a simple way like I understand it. Joan, hello, good morning. So that you can understand that yes, there is a difference. Even though these diets are actually the same, there is a difference between them. So you have to be informed to make an informed decision on what it is that you want to do. So Banting, I see it as an entry level into the low carbohydrate way of life. Banting is very much, you've got your fats, your nuts, your seeds, dairy, meats and all of that. You've got it in one category, okay? And then you've got your vegetables in a category of its own. So in Banting, what we try and do is 3/4 of your plate is vegetables. And the other quarter is that lot that I just mentioned. Your meat, fat, dairy, nuts and seeds and all of that fits into that tiny, tiny hole. Because we're concentrating on vegetables. The vegetables is what's going to do the healing. The vegetables are very low carb, so they're not going to spike your blood sugar. And we need vegetables to just clean out our system after being sick for so long, after being overweight for so long and that kind of stuff. So keto will be a step up, okay? Keto is then basically 50-50. Sometimes it's even the 3/4 is your meat and dairy and nuts and seeds and all of that. And there's only 1/4 of the vegetables. So it's extremely low carb and it's mostly focused on your meats and stuff like that. So on your proteins. So that is the difference between the two. Even though they use exactly the same foods, they use exactly the same going into ketosis and all of that, the ratio in how much of what you take differs. Okay, so your plate stays your total calories. I'm not saying count calories. I'm just saying to explain it to you. It stays exactly the same. We don't have less or more calories. It's about lessening your carbohydrates even more. So a full medical ketogenic diet is even less carbs. So there's differences between these things. The thing that's the same about keto and Banting is that both of them can put you in ketosis. Both of them will allow you to lose weight. both of them are very, very healthy. So they are very much the same. It's the ratio in your plate that differs. But I'm also going to express, make note that you understand this, that every ketogenic diet on the internet is not all the same. It depends on the source where it's coming from. My source, my information comes from all over the world. I use doctors like Asim Malhotra, Dr. Burke, Jason Fung, Dr. William Davis, obviously Professor Tim Noakes. So there's a vast amount of people that does the low carb diet that I read up on, and then I pick. Okay, it sounds really bad, but I don't just nitpick whatever I like, but I take from each of these people what worked the best, what sounds good, and what makes sense. So, because for instance, I love Jason Fung, Dr. Jason Fung. He's amazing. He pushes for fasting, and he's all about diabetes. He's all about curing diabetes as quickly as possible. But he doesn't mind what you eat. He kind of steers you towards a low carbohydrate diet, but he's not too concerned about other elements that I have learned about that really does exist, that does make us sick. So I take the best out of all of these people and I put together my own program. And it is working very, very, very well for a lot of people. My favorite people, I'm sorry for the young people, but my favorite people are over 40, arthritis, diabetes, all these things that I sat with, all these things I had to live with and no longer have to. Borderline osteoporosis and all of that stuff. So my favorite clients are those struggling from exactly the same thing as I did, and I get to help you with that. So yeah, that is the difference between keto diet and Banting diet. It's just the ratio, but they are all ketogenic diets. So be careful of all these terms and all these things. It can get so confusing. Okay, so today is about what is Banting and what is it not. Hello, Audrey. Okay, so put your questions in, please, you guys. I can actually now see what's going on. So what is Banting? Banting is a ketogenic low carbohydrate diet. That is, in one plain explanation, that's what it is. It is a ketogenic diet. You can go into ketosis if, depending on where your health is, depending on how you respond with it, you can go into ketosis anyway, but we don't concentrate on going into ketosis. It's not the Hail Mary, it's not the Bible to this whole thing of going into ketosis. It's not. It's about healing. It's about healing all that has gone wrong, everything that those foods have broken down and destroyed and damaged. It's about healing that. Okay, so Banting is also nutrient-dense foods. We cut away all the rubbish that are not nutrient-dense. For instance, grains. Grains are so wonderful for you. Grains have got all this wonderful stuff. That's nonsense. Grains have got hardly any nutrition to it. It's got proteins like gluten that harms us, especially if you have arthritis, osteoporosis, gut problems, mental problems, especially mental fog. You can't think so like a sinus problems like me. That kind of stuff. If you have an autoimmune disease, then chances are the grains are harming you in a big way. So we take those away. As soon as you take those away, you'll find all kinds of issues, chronic illnesses that get better. So yeah, we do nutrient-dense foods, fresh, whole, nutrient-dense. If you cannot afford or you cannot get fresh food, the best frozen that you can get is your best. We all do our best of what we're capable of and what we're able to. Because I know we live in the avocado country province of South Africa, and we ourselves struggle to get avos. So you do what you can. If we're lucky enough to get a bag of avos, we live off those avos for a week. It's simple as that. But yeah, it's not always possible to get what you need in the form of whole foods. In other words, not frozen and so on. But there's most of the time there's frozen available. So yeah, it's the choices we make, and do the best that you can do. Okay, so Banting is no sugar, no grains, no starches, and no seed oils of any kind. That is what Banting is. We cut those foods out for very, very good reasons. The sugar, by now we all should know that sugar is no good for you. So we cut out sugars of any kind, of any form. That includes honey and natural sugars, and unfortunately these sugars that would be very helpful to you if you were not already struggling with diabetes, insulin resistance, or any chronic illnesses. It feeds the chronic illness, so stay away from it. Okay, and then grains. We cut out grains because of the protein gluten, because of the lack of nutrition. There was another reason. I can't remember. High carbohydrates. Simple. So yeah, we cut those out. Starchy foods, we cut them out purely because at the end of the day, if you think about carbohydrates, is sugar. Starch is just sugar. There isn't enough nutrition in there to compensate for the sugar that it's throwing at you. And then seed oils. No matter how much they sugarcoat this stuff, it is no damn good. It's out. It's gone. What do you call it? Cold pressed seed oils is still high in omega-6. We don't need so much omega-6. On the contrary, we're not getting enough omega-3 in. So I'm going to keep saying this. Seed oils in any form is no good. I know. Flaxseed oil has got so many good healing properties, but because it is high in omega-6, it's going to do harm. All this wonderful healing properties it's got is going to be cancelled out. Because of the high omega-6 content. In my earlier videos, you would have seen I go on about omega-6, omega-3 all the time, because omega-3 is your anti-inflammatory fatty acids, and omega-6 is the inflammatory fatty acids. You do need both, but you need a balance between them. The chronic illnesses and inflammation this is where all the inflammation is coming from, is from the high omega-6, which is in everything. It's in all the food you eat. Everything you put in your mouth has got omega-6 in it. And a very little amount of omega-3 comes in. So cut out the seed oils. It is not worth it. It's not worth the fight and the argument and the science behind it and blah, blah, blah. It's not worth that omega-6. Simple as that. Okay, we've got somebody else here. Jeannie. I hope it's Jeannie, because I don't know how. Look, you guys, I am dyslexic and I do my very best. Names is the worst thing for me. So I really try. So hello guys. Hi Mark. It's nice to see you. Welcome. Okay, so yes, that is what Banting is. That's what we cut out. That is what we do. So what is Banting not? It's very important to get very clear on what Banting is not, because there's so much bad publicity out there that attacks us left, right and center. And the misconceptions and the misleading information has everyone. You know how many people tell me that I'm killing people. I'm killing people with real food. Seriously? So yeah, let's tackle some of those a little bit. Banting is not high protein. Banting is not the Atkins diet. It is not. Like I've explained to you earlier, you have got 3/4 of your plate vegetables. The other quarter is your meat, seeds, nuts, dairy and fat. So it's very little. It's moderate. Okay? So it's not high protein. We do not walk around eating protein constantly. It's not a quick fix. Banting is not a quick fix to just get you into your wedding dress and then go on eating rubbish again after that. Banting is a lifestyle. It's a change of lifestyle. It's a way of life. You start thinking about things differently. It's your food, you think differently. Everything you do differently. You'll find that once you start thinking clearer, you're thinking of your health. You're thinking of what you can do. You're thinking of, all these doors open up when you feel amazing. And this is what it's about. It's not a quick fix. It is a complete change in diet. Your lifestyle goes out of whack. You start eating rubbish and you start feeling like rubbish because you're eating all this rubbish. And your life goes a certain way. Now, when you start changing your diet to a whole food diet, low carbohydrate, whole food diet, you start feeling amazing and you start feeling you could do so much more, and your whole life changes. Your whole lifestyle changes to healthy, fun-loving, happy. Suddenly you can be happy because the rubbish food also pushes us down into depression. Now, it's not a complete cure, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. So that is where your whole lifestyle starts changing, when you can start thinking clearly and you actually feel amazing. So what it is not, going back to eating rubbish again. I got so many people that says to me, yeah, but as soon as you eat normally again, you're going to pick up all the weight. Well, duh. This is exactly why we try and get everyone to stop eating all that rubbish. Because it's rubbish. Of course you're going to pick up weight again when you start eating rubbish again. We're all about whole, healthy foods. And once you reach your goal weight, there is another list of foods that you can dip into. But it's not gorging on it. It's still keeping yourself as healthy as possible. Going back to normal, there's nothing normal about this man-made rubbish that's being passed on as healthy. There's nothing normal about that. Just as a simple example, the bread that we're so addicted to, yes, of course we had bread hundreds of years ago, but if you go a couple of more 100 years ago, a couple of 1,000 years ago, we would have stumbled upon wild wheat. Okay, stumble upon it. It wasn't grown. Then there's a process of about 8 days that the stuff goes through, that the wheat goes through, before there's even a bread being made. And with that process of it's soaking and it's fermenting and it loses most of those horrible proteins that harm us. Now the crops are grown yay high for a machine to go through there and make this whole process so easy and quick and accessible and doable and cheap, very, very cheap. And within 2 hours you can have a bread leaving a bakery. That is not the way that we ate our bread back then. Even if you took organic, not that there is such a thing anymore, organic wheat, the process of baking that bread, it's not long enough. It's not done correctly anymore. Never mind that there isn't any of that wild wheat that we used to get a couple of hundred or thousands of years ago. It's not there anymore. It's man-made rubbish. It's been manipulated to grow only so high. Beautiful fields of every piece of wheat that's growing there is exactly the same height. It looks gorgeous. But it's not healthy. It's not for us. It's not natural. It's not its whole form. Never mind all the pesticides and all the other rubbish that's been added to it as well. So who wants to eat that? So yeah, that is what Banting is and what Banting is not. If you hear any backlash on it, go and read a bit up. Go and see what it is that they're saying. Because I love to say that we are not getting any nutrition in. We're eating whole vegetables as fresh as possible. Vegetables, people, we love our vegetables. The only thing is we choose vegetables that are nutrient dense. And then of course we say eat your meat with its fat on. We don't walk around all day long eating butter. No, we don't. And this is another thing that they like to hammer on. If you know what Banting really is, then you'll laugh at these people that say we're killing people because Banting is so dangerous. There's nothing dangerous about real meat, real vegetables, and animal fat, and vegetable fat, not vegetable fat, fruit, oil from fruit. There's nothing dangerous about it. The only dangerous thing that we're doing is we are knocking the pharmaceutical industry just a little bit. So yeah, but that's a completely different discussion. So if you guys have any questions, please pop them in here. Ask so I can answer them for you. I also want to talk about Banting as a lifestyle. If you're going to be doing Banting, it becomes your lifestyle. I know I say the word diet and I stand with it because the diet part of your lifestyle is what we're doing here. It's the food part of it. The food part of it is the diet. So, but like I said, it turns into an entire lifestyle. Now, your diet part is to heal the physical, to heal as much of the damage that has been done. But it's got to be a lifestyle change. If you do Banting, you'll feel better, it will heal, but it only goes that far. It does not absolutely 100% heal you. There are external factors like stress, your environment. Your environment plays a big role. I think I would be a lot sicker than I was because of where I live. We've got, not anymore. We used to have the cleanest water I've ever come across in my life. I was always a water drinker, but I come from Stilfontein where you don't want to drink the water in the tap. To Tanin here, which has got fresh, beautiful, lovely, oh my gosh, it's the most gorgeous water. So I'm a water addict. I love my water. And your environment plays a big role. Now, I could just imagine the people in Stilfontein has to either buy water or they have to try and get filters and things like that on their taps. So getting really good, fresh, lovely water is an issue. And that's also going to play a role on your health. Andrea, hello. I'm so glad to see the comments coming through. Not the comments, but I can see you guys on. So your environment, the way you feel, the way you see the world, those all play a role. We cannot just expect the body to heal completely by what we put in our mouth, because the air that you breathe, the thoughts that you think, the environment around you, if there's a lot of fighting around you, your body reacts to it. You absolutely react to that. It puts stress on your body, and when you put stress on your body, you make certain hormones to cope with it. And those hormones work against your weight loss. Those hormones are there to protect you in a situation. But if you stay in that situation constantly, it's not good for you. So it's more than just a diet. It's more than just changing what you eat. You've got to change the way you think, the way you look at life, and love yourself. Oh, I like that. So yeah, I could teach you Banting, but this is why I did life coaching as well, so that we can talk about your situation and where you are, so that we can help you, so that I can help you through all of these thoughts. My client this morning, I'm so proud of her. She's had this hiccup about the scale for many years. She's 53, diabetic, and all the stuff that's been going wrong with her. She's now gone from 180 down to 165 kilos. So I'm so incredibly proud of her and so happy to see the changes in her, being mobile, happy, cheerful. Anyway, so we constantly chat together about life as well, because all the lost years of being overweight, of being so sick, of course you have feelings towards it. I've got feelings towards my 27 years that I've lost, being overweight and sick and all of that. Thank you so much for the heart, you guys. Of course, we have feelings, and when you have these feelings, your body reacts. It makes certain hormones. It makes you cry. It makes you feel the heartache in your soul. You feel these physical things. So the way you feel, the way you see life, the way your environment affects you, obviously has an effect on your body as well, and it makes weight loss so much more difficult. So this is why I encourage my clients to find yourself, be kind with yourself. There are so many things that we can do to change the way we think. And I'm going to share with you one thing that happened with me, with my journey. Like I explained earlier, I'm dyslexic. I struggle with names, so I'm going to try this one. By the way, this is showing on my cell phone again. Sulalia, hi. I hope I got that right. Hello, my sweetheart. Okay, so what happened with me is I lost the weight. I felt great. I started coaching people, and I was still hiding away in my house. I would do coaching via Facebook, but you'll never see me. You'll speak with me on WhatsApp, but you will not see me. I was so scared of people, and I was so shy. And of course, now you go to Checkers, and everybody runs up to you. Oh, look at you! And you just want to crawl into your own skin. Terrified of these people. And it's hiccups from the past that stops me from going further. Because of my bone health, I never allowed it to influence me back to eating bread and stuff like that, because the gluten affects me. But I was suffering terribly from dizziness. I kept checking my blood sugar, kept checking my blood pressure. Are they fine? What's going on? But the whole world would just go whoop, and there I am sitting on the floor. Eventually, I went to see my homeopathic doctor, and she told me that you're stressed. And I'm like, no, I've got the best job in the world. I love doing this. I'm helping people. I'm living my dream. I'm living my passion here. I cannot be stressed. And would you believe I was so incredibly stressed and drained, and I never noticed it. And then once we went, this is where TRE comes in. I got rid of the stress. I still do TRE on a regular basis to look after myself. But once I let go of that, my balance came back. I felt amazing. My confidence came out. I have confidence. I started looking after my house. We couldn't be bothered to look after the house because we've been broken into. It's another trauma I went through that I never got rid of. And with the TRE, I got rid of all of these bad feelings. I started living out loud. I started going live on Facebook, which I love now. I love doing it. I love chatting with you guys. I love passing on the information. So it's another piece that brought me where I am now. It's not just the food. The food heals you. The food prevents the damage from getting worse. The food can do so much. But it's not just the food. It's a whole lifestyle. So if you guys want any information on TRE, please, I would love to pass it on to you. Look for a facilitator in your area. It is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And then, of course, there's meditation. I still can't listen because I still can't pronounce the word tinnitus or something like that. That's the humming in the ears. I'm sitting here hyperventilating because my ears are so loud and there's no noise back at me. So it's horrible. But I've got terrible ears, and I can't handle music. But the point was, you guys use music if you enjoy music. If you don't enjoy music, I put on a movie in the background very softly, but it's going and there's noise and it cuts out this noise, and I can read a book. So I find a way for myself to calm down and relax, to have that, just take a breath. And I've learned through all of this to not jump at people, to not attack people. I'm being attacked left, right, and center. Oh my gosh. I am killing people and I'm doing so much harm, and let them. It's their. The thing is, what I've learned is that it's their issues. It's not me. People have issues and they come at you. You'll be in the wrong place, or you would say the wrong thing, or it's not about you. I would say at least 99.9999999% of the time, it is not about you. It's them and their issues. And for me to actually understand that and to actually learn that and embrace it and use it, my gosh, it is so freeing. You don't take people's shit anymore. You don't have to. You understand now that it's not an attack on who you are. It focuses more, or it reflects more of what they are or who they are. And again, coming back at them with love can change that person. And you can change the next person. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing to see that, to understand that. And this is what Dr. Erica Kutson helped me to see and understand. And understand, if I love myself, I know myself, and I allow myself to be who I am, then I can also love other people, let them be who they are, without feeling offended, without feeling attacked, because it's not about me, it's about them. So I know I've gone completely off topic here today, but thank you so much for watching anyway, you guys. These are messages I would love to get out there as well. You can change your diet, you can change your life by changing your diet and eating healthy and giving your body exactly what it needs. But we're also a soul, we're also a person, and that is a whole person that needs to be taken care of. Your mind, your body, your soul, everything needs to come first for you. Take care of it, take care of each other. And if you've got any questions, please come with those questions. I would love to answer them for you. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, in the comments, not in the comments, in the post itself, I will add the link to my YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe. Help me out there to help spread the word. And then there was something else. That's it. That's it from me today. Tomorrow will go a little bit better. I'm sorry I had to tell you guys about this. And remember that you're a whole person. Take care of yourself as a whole person. Take care of every aspect of yourself and put yourself first. If you got any questions, chuck them in here. Throw some hearts while you're at it. Have an amazing day, you guys, and I will see you again tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.